Welcome back, everyone. We're ranking the Microsoft and Bethesda conference. Ninja, what the hell does that mean?
That means that we are going to take a look at all games that were announced, as well as some additional little bits and bobs, and we're going to give them our own personal thoughts and scores. Just to say, I'm going to preface this conference with something. We are all still friends. Alright? We're all still friends no matter what goes down here.
I've actually blocked Justin on 3 different social medias already. I only have him on Discord still because A11 convinced me not to.
Yeah, that's funny. I did the same thing.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think I'm going to be blocked on Twitter in a hot minute from this one.
Oh no, you were already blocked on Twitter. There was no illusion.
I believe it.
That was the first one to go.
Alrighty, gentlemen.
Twitter's a cesspool.
29. Just trying to keep the order here. That's all. So let's start with the fun one. Number 29 was Slime Rancher 2 with a group score of 4.25. No. This is our lowest ranked item of any of the lists, by the way.
Impressively high.
Like, we're already close to 5 and we're just starting. That is the opposite of what we've had before.
Coming in at 1.0007.
Which is a great sign for this conference in terms of how we felt about it.
Yeah,
I think it just goes to show that all of us just really like the stuff that they came out with for Xbox and Bethesda, and the fact that, and I know Justin's going to have some criticisms when it comes to it, but the fact that Battlefield 2042 wasn't the lowest one and is still above 4.25 is also impressive.
Yes, agreed.
I'll start us off on this one. Yes, I gave this a 2, so it's not so high because of me. Super cutesy and whatnot, but a game I would purely hand to my kids, not that I would play myself. That's just the way I feel about it. Let's do Ninja.
I gave Slime Rancher 2 a 6 because the slimes are adorable and I want plots. I think that's what they're called. I haven't played in a long time. But yeah, Slime Rancher is adorable and everyone should play it.
A11's turn.
I gave it a 2 because I had exactly the same thoughts as Gentle, but I don't have kids to give to play it, so 2.
Slime Rancher 2, I gave a whopping 7 because I thought it was incredibly cute, and I know a lot of my friends enjoyed the first one, and even though they're not kids, they really want to look forward to the second one.
Fair. All right, Liam, you're going to start us with the next one here. Number 28 was Contraband, also with a 4.25 group score.
Yes, I gave that one a 6, and I wrote, I don't know, they gave it screen time, and I'm contractually obliged to review it.
My notes say didn't see much, and I gave it a 2. Ninja.
I gave it a 5. I just said I'm vibing to the music hard, but apart from that, there's nothing here. So, there's not really much to work with there, is there?
Correct. A11.
Yeah, I gave it a 4 for similar reasons to everybody else. We didn't really see much, need to see more. But it was Avalanche Studios, so could be a fun game, but need to see more.
I'm hoping all the elements really just snowball together.
Watch the whole is actually 4.25.
Number 27, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Coming out for the Xbox as well. 4.31 group score. I gave it a 2, though, because it's people who just enjoy the simulation of flying, and that's not me. Ninja.
I gave it a 4. I said it looks extra pretty, and if the plate looks like that on console, props to it. I did say make some very, very big notes about some product placement going on there. And the Top Gun expansion, or the Top Gun stuff going into it, looks like it's going to be fun for fans of Top Gun. But apart from that, 4, not really my thing, but it's, people are going to like it.
Liam?
I gave it a whopping 7.25. It was beautiful, and Top Gun was a nice touch, even though I've never actually seen Top Gun. Don't kill me. But yeah, I just thought the engine itself was really, really fucking well done.
And A11.
So this was for Flight Sim coming to Xbox. I feel like they were showing off the Series X side of things. I doubt it's going to look as great on the other systems, but we'll see. But I gave it a 4. Looked beautiful. Not something I would ever play unless I had a community challenge and my chat made me play it. I also thought the Top Gun thing was a cool addition, but yeah, not enough to make me want to jump in and play the game.
All right. We're sticking with the back-to-back duplicate scores. Number 26 with a 4.31 group score. Ninja, say the title, please.
No, Gentle, you say the title.
Liam, say the title, please.
Gentle,
no,
you say the title.
no, Gentle, you fucking weeb. You say it.
A11, say the title, please.
You got this, Gentle. I believe in you.
You all suck. Auden Chronicles? 100 Heroes?
It's Chronicles.
No, it's fuck you.
Could you imagine if that was actually how it's pronounced in the game? It's just like, welcome to the Auden Chronicles, and Gentle's just like, fuck! Liam!
Anyway.
You know what? I would laugh super hard if that was the case.
I gave this a 2. It looks similar to Octopath art style, but that's my only note. I'm not interested, Ninja.
So I gave this a 7. More so for what it represents, because new JRPGs, especially in that kind of style, being announced with Microsoft is kind of huge, because it's always been Sony or Nintendo's province. So the fact that it's coming from a Microsoft conference is massive. While discussing with some other people, I actually found out that it looks very similar to Suikoden, which I haven't played. So looking forward to giving this a try. You do realize that there were 2 different games shown in this one, right, Gentle?
I'm checking the list.
They were basically shown together as 100 Heroes and Rising, but there were 2 actually separate things shown there.
Then if someone rated the other one separately, only one person did, because it's not...
No, I ranked them together. It's about the same for me.
Oh, if you ranked them together, then yeah, there's...
Yeah.
Then you're just splitting hairs, bro.
I am. It's funny.
A11.
I'm sorry. What's the question now? Did I rate them separately together? Am I giving them a rating? I mean,
you're ranking Gentle's pronunciation.
What did you?
A solid 7.
Thank you. But more or less, your score for what you saw here today.
We're talking about the game.
He didn't see it here
2. 2 from me. Not my kind of game style. If I want to play a JRPG, I want it to be like Tales, not like this.
Fair.
Liam?
I gave it a 6.25, and I said, not my usual style, but I'm sure it'd be fun for those who like jerpigs.
I mean, those jerpig lovers would love it.
Exactly.
Drippix?
This has to stay in.
Yes.
I'm so lost. I don't know what that is.
Should I explain it to him? Or?
No, let's just move on.
Next one, Gentle, hit that enter button.
All right, you're first, Liam. Number 25, The Ascent. Got 4.5 group score.
Nice. I gave this one a 6, and I said, not my usual cuppa, and I don't think I'd check it out immediately.
All right, I'll go next. I gave it 3 and said another run-and-gun isometric co-op. And that's it for me. Ninja?
I gave it a 4, and I just said it looks like a cyberpunk twin-stick shooter. So that's about it for me.
So did A11 bring up the score?
Yeah, boy.
What is it, A11?
I gave it a 10. No, I'm joking. I didn't. I gave it a
God
5. And the reason I gave it a 5 is because co-op, mindless fun most likely, and it's on Game Pass day 1. So
Game Pass.
Probably will check it out and just vibe with some friends on it.
Guys, did you know that you can get Microsoft Game Pass on PC and console?
Because Gentle sure didn't.
I knew.
Can't believe you don't have Game Pass, Gentle.
I'm an old stingy man who wants my discs. I don't want my games digitally.
Do you still go out and buy fucking DVDs too?
No, I like streaming services.
Well, then what's your problem?
Well, because DVDs I watch once, then never again. The game discs I make repeat.
Gentle.
Games
Do
you
you
play once
pay
and
for
never
your?
again most
Do you
of the
pay
time.
for your Xbox Live Gold, Gentle?
I honestly don't remember at this point.
Because you can get Xbox Live Gold included with Game Pass. Just saying.
Right.
For the same cost, essentially, every month.
I'll eventually be on Game Pass, but I'm gonna be resistant until I have to be.
Well, I mean, Sea of Thieves.
Exactly.
Sorry, wrong
Wait, crossplay's PC,
conference.
right? PC and Xbox crossplay?
Yeah, it is.
Excellent.
Number 24.
We are trying our damnedest to derail this.
A Plague Tale Requiem. I gave it a 2. It got a group score. I'm sorry, group score 4.75. I gave it a 2. I still don't know if this is like. It's like a fictionalized retelling of the plague from a character's perspective, right? It's not like accurate.
It's a sequel. It's a sequel to Plague Tale: Innocence.
Right, and that's what I'm asking about. The Plague Tale series. It's not like an accurate retelling. It's like fictionalized, right?
Yes, Gentle. There were giant waterfalls and floods of rats that washed people
I
away.
don't watch or play this game, so I really don't know. I didn't know if that was like a
You
vision.
watched the trailer that we were reviewing?
Yeah, but I don't know if that turns out when you play the game to be like, oh, the kid had a nightmare and that's what he saw, but then he just goes out on the streets and coughs a lot. I don't know.
He had a nightmare, but he was okay. He just woke up and went outside to cough.
Liam's next.
Did you have a nightmare and wake up and just there was a flood of rats coming at you?
It sounds like a nightmare.
I gave the game a 7. And I said it's setting up to be an intricate and beautiful plot with great animation.
I love how it's historically accurate.
Yeah, I'm going to add that to my review.
Hey, 11, you're next, actually. So you tell us.
Well, I mean, I forgot to take in how historically accurate it is, so please do forgive my low score. I did only give it a 4. But, you know, I would change that. I would change that up in a heartbeat.
Because of how historically accurate it is, of course.
Ninja.
So I gave it a 6, and my notes say The Black Plague as directed by Stanley Kubrick. I'm not funny, but God, that's amazing.
I love how when you first started speaking, you went deeper in an octave to try and suppress your laughter, and the second I brought it up, you broke.
Oh, we've been so derailed these past two or three.
But the train keeps on moving. Number 23, okay. Atomic Heart, got a 4.94. We're getting close to breaking 5.0. We're not even out of the 20s, everyone. Ninja, start us off with this one.
I gave this one a 3. I enjoyed the Russian techno music, and I got some massive Singularity vibes if anyone ever played that. And for some reason I can't spell Android, but it's an android with a mustache.
Liam.
Yeah.
Liam.
I gave it a 6.75. I said, fuck, this one looks cool, so it gives me iRobot vibes. I really appreciate how historically accurate it is.
All right. I gave it a 5. I said it looks pretty cool. That's it for me.
Historical accuracy, or
you weren't confused by the pool of rats in it, were you?
For Atomic Heart, yes, I am confused by the pool of rats. Hey, 11.
I gave this a 5. I think it looks cool. It's a maybe from me. I'm going to wait to see some more before I decide if it's something I'd pick up.
Alrighty. Number 22. Psychonauts 2. 5.06 group score. I gave this a 2. I'm just not interested in this personally. Ninja?
I gave this an 8 because it's one of the most underrated games in the history of the world. And it just looks like it's going to be tightened up gameplay and on all the drugs that the first one was. So I'm looking very forward to that personally.
Liam?
Sorry, I'm just reading one of my reviews and I'm a fucking hilarious fucker. Sorry, Psychonauts 2. I was never really into the series, but for fans, I'm sure it'll be cool. That's why it gets a 5.25 from me.
And A11.
I gave Psychonauts 2 a 5. That's not for me. I didn't play the first one, but I'm glad I wrote this in my little comment thing because Ninja's paid dividends to that. I know a lot of people will be super excited about it.
It's true.
But I did say as a caveat, it's going to be on Game Pass day one, so I might play it.
It is on Game Pass day one, isn't it? It was confirmed.
It is? Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Doors open. Easy access.
Just like your legs.
I like it.
And Caesar rats.
Number 21. Replaced with a 5.25 group score. I'll go first. I gave it a 4. And my notes are cool vibes, 2D side-scroller, action, post-apocalyptic, pixel art, well done. Only give it a 4, though, because I'm for sure not getting this. But for a game I'm not getting, I liked what I was seeing. Let's go to Liam.
I said, after I gave it an 8, of course, I said, holy shit, this looks sick. Not my normal cuppa, but even I want to play it. That was my review.
A11.
I gave Replaced a 4. Thought it looked cool in its own kind of way, but it's not. Doesn't look like my kind of game.
And Ninja.
Well, I gave it a 5, and somehow I think Gentle plagiarized my notes because I said pixel art side-scroller, another post-apocalypse, and I spoke about the synthwave music because it was great.
It looked fucking banging, right?
It did. It looked great. It reminded me of Katana Zero almost. But, yeah. So I'll probably give it a go, but it's going to take a while.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, this was brought up earlier. Liam was preluding to it. Number 20 is the Sea of Thieves update, DLC.
It's more of an expansion.
Expansion
and
Pirate's Life.
Technically, this expansion means that Sea of Thieves is canonical in Pirates of the Caribbean and vice versa.
Exactly.
Yep. Perfect. 5.25 group score. I'll start. I gave it a 2 just because I don't play Sea of Thieves, so I'm not interested in the expansion. However, I'm about to be bullied by these 3 to at least play it once, so I guess that's going to change.
We're going to make you do it on a stream as well.
Yeah.
Well, of course, that's the way to do it. Ninja?
But you have to get Game Pass first.
I can't get it without Game Pass?
Well, you boomer.
Hang on.
That's a boomer.
Buying Game Pass, which gives you access to like 100 games.
Oh, it's me? Okay, I gave it a 4. I said it looks a bit like Disney Infinity almost, and I think it's going to be great with friends, and whoever they had voicing Jack Sparrow saved that trailer with pure charisma.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Johnny Depp initially, and I looked into it, and I don't think it's Johnny Depp.
No, it's the same guy who voiced him in Kingdom Hearts 3, I think.
Yes, I would know exactly who that is.
At least you're staying consistent.
I'm being helpful.
I absolutely played Kingdom Hearts 3. I played every Kingdom Hearts game. Please don't come after me.
11.
I'm sorry, what was Ninja's score?
4.
Oh my goodness. I gave this an 8.
Yes!
I think it looks brilliant. Jack Sparrow, I mean, it's Jack Sparrow. It's Jack freaking Sparrow. I mean, as you say, the voice actor did a great job. I also, at first, thought they'd somehow managed to get Johnny Depp to do it. So, fair play. I also actually watched the thing that they showed on Sunday when they kind of went into it in a bit more detail, and they got Johnny Depp's stunt double to do the animations for Jack Sparrow for the game. I was like, that's cool. That's taking it to a whole nother level. So yeah, I can't wait to play it. I'm jumping in 100%. I know it drops tomorrow. I might even jump in tomorrow evening. Who knows? So yeah,
tomorrow.
hype. Yep.
I really enjoyed.
Sorry, Tuesday the 22nd of June is when it drops.
For context, this is being recorded on Monday, the 21st.
In case you couldn't figure out from the fact he said it was dropping tomorrow and then went on to clarify tomorrow's date. Just in case you needed to be.
For all those watching this in the year 2024.
If anyone's watching this 2024, what are you doing?
For those of you watching this in the year 3000, well, we've done away with conventional days of the week.
It's Greg's birthday tomorrow, by the way.
Call him a bitch for me.
Yeah. Give him a handy for me.
For the 22nd of June. 21.
To clarify, yes.
We are not getting through this tonight, are we?
Oh no.
I'm gonna drive us through. Liam, you're up.
Sorry, yeah, 8.
Sorry, what game were we reviewing? No, I'm kidding. I gave Sea of Thieves: A Pirate's Life a 7, and I said Sea of Thieves is already basic fun, but this will really add to the experience, and it'll be cool. And I spelled cool with 2 L's to see how they implement it.
You spell it with a K too?
No.
Number 19, we have Somerville. Group score 5.38. I'll go first. I gave this a 4. Again, something impressive that I know I'm not getting. It's a family running away from what seems to be like an alien invasion. That might be like the last people left alive. This is something I will watch other people play. I'm interested in what the story of this is. Liam?
I gave this a 7.5, and I said if there was ever a game that reminded me of Limbo, it's this one. I'm 100% into it.
It does look a lot like Limbo.
And Inside as well, I believe, was another game that's very similar in art style to it.
Same dev as Limbo. Inside.
Yeah.
Ninja?
I gave it a 5. Also mentioned Limbo. Said it's a bit of some more indie Oscar bait. And I said it looks very much like the UK post-Brexit.
Well, let's not go bringing politics into this.
And live from the UK, A11.
Again, Limbo, Inside vibes. I'm pretty sure one of the co-founders of this game studio worked on those games, which may be why there's similar vibes. I gave this a 5. I'm not sure whether I would necessarily play it. I would like to see more. And in my notes, I put, looks emotional, fam.
Cool.
By the way, just a reminder, we're already into the 5s, and we've only just left the 20s.
Yep. Yeah. No, this is a much more positive conference from us.
Yeah. As you can tell, we all normally hate Xbox.
Number 18, Grounded, Shroom and Doom, 5.5 group score. I gave this a 3. I only gave it a 3, so it's normally a 2 for me for this type of game. I'm not interested, but I gave it a 3 because it has a thing called arachnophobia mode, and I'm like, that deserves a point by itself. Mm-hmm. So I gave it an extra point. Let's go to A11.
I actually gave this a 7. I feel like I was generous, but the Grounded, the game, forgetting the DLC that we're talking about now, is a good and fun game. So maybe 7's not. Maybe I'm just rambling for a second. Maybe 7 is actually okay. I don't know. I can't remember the DLC. I can't remember how much they showed. So I don't know whether I rated the game more than the DLC. So I apologize if that's the case. Because all my notes say it's a fun game, and I wish I had more time to play it. So I'm gonna shut up.
You're good, Liam.
Pure eloquence there, everyone.
Unlike A11, I gave this game a 7. And I said it's really coming along as a game. And what I mean by that is I've seen gameplay of it from when it first launched. And to see it in the trailer, or, well, the small little demo they gave us, it's really, really coming along. And I'm glad to see it still growing as a community and stuff. So, yeah.
Ninja?
I gave it a 5, and I'm going to read my notes verbatim here. So I've had an issue with Grounded from the start, not because of the game itself. So I'm just going to read my notes. Too many spiders, please no. The voiceover is the best part of this. Okay, this is the best part. No. I believe that was when they took us into that spider cave.
The giant one, yeah.
And it was getting a 1 at that point. And then they showed arachnophobic mode, which immediately put it back up to a 5.
Arachnophobic mode has been a staple of Grounded since launch, just to let you guys know.
Has it?
Yeah.
I think they knew they had to, otherwise so many people would never play it ever just because of spiders.
Well, I didn't know it was in the game, and therefore I never played it.
Basically, in the game, spiders are used as like the main aggressive enemy from a ground standpoint, and they're like, you know what? We don't want to terrorize people. Let's give them an option to not
a horror game.
Well, it's good. I like that they turn into adorable little fluffy balls.
Still terrifying.
I'll leave it at that. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, something about it was still scary, actually. Number 17, Redfall. 5.63 group score. I'll go again, because I'm being Mr. Negative on these lower ones so far. I gave it a 3. I'm not into the whole vampire game vibe. We've already talked about that before.
You
but
suck is what I'd say.
That's fine. I gave it a 3 instead of a 2 because I thought the whole 4 people with unique abilities thing was a cool twist to add to it. This feels either you rip into me or great. Left 4 Dead style, but take away zombies and put in vampires. And I'm going to pass it on to Liam.
I gave it a 7.5. And the reason it wasn't higher is because obviously no actual gameplay was shown. It was all pre-rendered cinematic. But I really want to play as Jacob because Invis Snipey Boy, that's my route. That's how I normally play games. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing a gameplay demo in the future.
He was cool looking, Ninja.
I gave this a 5 from my side. I believe it was Arcane that's developing this one, if I'm not mistaken.
It is Arcane.
That's right.
It's pretty much Arcane.
Which means I'm very, very excited for it already because they did Dishonored, and Dishonored is wonderful. I enjoy the vibes in the game, but as with what Liam said, there's not really any gameplay. It's all pre-rendered. So I don't feel like I can actually give it a fair score at this point with that. So I gave it a 5.
A11.
I was similar to Liam. I gave it a 7. I mean, in my notes I put 7/8, but taking the lowest, I gave 7.
Just use decimals.
Kind of off of. I just can't. I'm sorry. Not that there's anything wrong with decimal point scoring, but so I think it'll be a good game just because there's Dishonored. It's a great game, and I think they also did Prey, which not kind of my kind of game, but a good game. Need to see more. Need to actually see gameplay, I think, to know for sure. But let's not forget the gem that is. It's coming to Game Pass day 1, so even if it's mediocre, I will probably play it.
It's on Game Pass.
Number 16, Shredders with the group score of 5.88. Ninja, you're first.
Okay, yeah. I said that the music is a jam, and it reminds me a lot of SSX, so I gave it a 7 because I like SSX.
So you like sex?
Absolutely, but that's not either here nor there. Doesn't belong in this conference.
A11.
What?
Your turn, buddy.
I like sex too, yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Talk to me about that later.
Just checking.
I gave Shredders a 5. It's not my kind of game, but I scored it a 5 because I thought it looked really good.
Liam?
Yeah, I went ahead and I gave it a 5.5 from me. I said that 6 stunts, but not my cup of tea.
All right. I gave this a 6. It reminds me of what 1080 was on the N64. I don't know if that game ever got a sequel. I do see the relation to SSX as well. And yeah, there's a slight chance I would get into this. I used to love this type of game as a kid, like when I played 1080, so this reminded me of that. Number 15 now. We are leaving the scores of 5 as a 5 happens. Number 15 is Forza Horizon 5, group score 6.06. Let's go to Ninja.
Okay, so I give this a 4, not a 5, not following my Far Cry logic here. I said that the driving looks great. It looks clean. The gameplay itself looks phenomenal. I'm just not into racing games, to be quite frank. I also made a note that anytime Forza shows up in a Microsoft conference, it's my opportunity to go to the bathroom and miss absolutely nothing, which is exactly what I did with this conference, to be honest. I will say the Pinata murder looked fun. And the player-created maps is a cool thing that I'm looking very forward to seeing what people can do with it. However, I think for me personally, it's going to be a miss. Though, just to take A11's thunder there, it will be on Game Pass day one.
It will be on Game Pass day one, yep. Can confirm.
And your score is?
I feel like
my score for Forza Horizon 5, I gave this an 8. I love the Horizon game series. I think they are fantastic. I'm not a massive racing gamer. I don't know what racing gamer. But the Horizon games are on a whole nother level, just because you have the whole free roam element where you can drive around the map, and Mexico looks incredible in the game. They think they've done a really good job. The different environments that you're going to be able to see and drive around just looks amazing. And they were saying how with the kind of power of the Series X and S, they are able to have everybody that is in the game that you see driving around is actually a player in your lobby, whereas before it's kind of been ghost cars and it's kind of pretended to fill the map of other people, whereas this time it's every car that you see that is another person is actually another person. And that might not mean anything for people that haven't played Horizon, but for those of you that are listening that have played Horizon, that's pretty huge. So yeah, 8.
Liam.
6.25. I'm not one for racing games, but I admit I understand the hype, and this game, being from the series it is, looks gorgeous.
All right. I gave this a 6. It's been a long time since I've played a car racing game. With each passing year, I think I miss playing them more, because these games look more and more attractive to me each year. So this, I give it a 6, which according to our system, which you saw at the beginning of the video, means like buy if it's potentially on sale, and I think I mean that.
Game Pass.
The itch to race just gets bigger and bigger each year the longer I go without playing one of those games again.
You get Game Pass.
It's basically on sale every month if you get Game Pass.
Game Pass.
Not too much. It is the Microsoft conference. I don't think us promoting literally the best deal in gaming is a bad thing. I agree with what it is. Number 14, another group score 6.06. We have 12 minutes. I forget who else is in this. I remember William Dafoe is, though.
You mean Willem Dafoe?
Willem, yes.
No, actually, I'm pretty sure that because you're playing him, he's Willem the Ally.
No one is allowed to comment on my puns ever again.
So I gave it a 5. It's a super interesting looking game where you only have like 12 minutes, I'm assuming, to like figure out as much as you can before you get reset. So this is going to be interesting to see people play when it comes out. Let's jump Ninja.
I also gave it a 5. I said it's got a very much an all-star cast that I cannot remember at this point. As it looks like a lot of time looping chaos. It reminds me a little bit of the Outer Wilds, if anyone's played that. Similar kind of concept, and I think it could be good, but still a 5 from me because I'm completely neutral.
A11.
I gave this an 8. I think this was announced. Was it last year?
Yes.
2 years
and ever
ago.
since, I've been waiting. I've been waiting for this game. I'm really excited to try it. It's James McAvoy and Daisy Ridley is the other two.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's basically an all-star. It's an all-star cast. And I'm pretty sure, like 99.9% sure, this is also coming to Game Pass. So I mean, it's a day one. I mean, even if it's not on Game Pass, I can't wait to play this game.
Cool. Liam?
So, I actually gave this game a 6.25. It has my interest, but I swear I've seen like 5 movies that are just like this. I seem to recall it was either a movie or a short film where there was a couple literally in their apartment and they get killed by either a group of robbers or police officers breaking down the door. So it's a very similar premise to that, I feel. And I'm actually kind of interested in it, especially if Willem Dafoe is involved.
All right. So another ruined. Number 13, Fallout 76 Steel Rain expansion. 6.25 group score. I'll go first. I gave this an 8. I'm getting this. I definitely want this. I have been on the Fallout 76 casual fan wagon since it came out. It's an MMO, so I can't put full-time into it since I already have an MMO I put full-time into.
It's not an MMO.
Fallout 76?
It's a live service, it's not an MMO. Trust me, that's
in
not
what way?
MMO.
It has the MMO mechanics.
I think it is an MMO.
Yeah.
I have to disagree on that one.
Battlefield.
There's other live players all over the map. It has all the MMO mechanics. I don't understand how.
I mean, MMO it stands for massive multiplayer online, doesn't it? And Fallout 76, the map is populated.
Fallout 76 is characterized as an online action role-playing game. So Justin is actually right. I'll give this point to Justin. I've just googled it there.
Yep.
What site is saying that?
Wikipedia.
I don't.
I think I confused my fucking up the pronunciation.
Anyway, I'm getting this expansion. I don't go hardcore in 76, but I do want to play what this has to offer. Especially since I'm jumping back into 76 this Friday. Ninja?
Plug. I gave this a 4. I feel like bringing in the Brotherhood of Steel is going to be a great thing. I hope they are digging into the origin of the Brotherhood more than anything else. Because I think that's going to be interesting, because the Brotherhood's one of the more interesting factions, even if they are just post-apocalypse Nazis.
Not to cut you off, but that was the last expansion that came out last fall.
Sorry?
Get fucked.
Yeah, last fall was Brotherhood of Steel when they were introduced, and backstory and stuff. This is like continuing that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, either way, don't care. Couldn't be bothered either way. I just hope it just actually expands the Brotherhood properly.
That's fair. Jeez, I lost the scores. There we go. Liam.
I gave Fallout 76 updates and expansions. I gave that a 7. And I said it looks pretty cool, especially from the starting point that the game initially came out on. And while I may not want to play it personally speaking, I will still watch gameplay of it, notably on twitch.tv/gentlebeast27. Yeah.
Jiddle's going to have his name flash up on the screen 4 times during
Yes.
In the interest of being stubborn, MMORPG.com lists Fallout 76 as an MMO.
It's not an MMO. It has MMO elements, but it's not an MMO.
Games Radar also calls it an MMO. Reddit.
Destiny's not an MMO either, Gentle.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Bungie even said it is. They finally admitted it because they were scared to say that because that scares people away, as it should. It takes your life away.
It's still not an MMO.
A11.
Yes, Fallout 76 DLC, the MMORPG game of the decade. I gave a 6. I might try it out, maybe, but then again, maybe not.
All right. Shit, I didn't pre-type out the next one. I got caught up searching Google, is Fallout 76 MMO?
The fact that you had to dig so long for it says a lot, doesn't it?
No, because I wanted to read a bunch of sites, not just the top result. If I'm wrong, I want to understand why I'm wrong. But a lot of things are saying it's MMO, but except Reddit. There's someone on Reddit who's saying it's not. Prove me wrong. That guy's taking a firm stance.
I'm pretty sure that's Justin.
I wish I would have gone for that.
Number 12. speaking. Wait. There's
Drum
a score.
roll.
No. Group score is 6.25. Battlefield 2042.
The fact this is in the top
go.
15 is impressive.
We're gonna start with Ninja.
This is gonna get juicy.
I feel like I may be catching some flack for this one. I also think I'm possibly the reason that the score is this low.
Gentle beeping.
I may have gentled this one. I gave this a 1. I'm not okay with this for a couple of reasons. I will say, before I say anything further, before I go on my little rant, I'm gonna say the game looks amazing. Okay, I don't know if that's actual gameplay footage or just in-engine, but it looks great.
It was literally alpha gameplay.
Okay, it was alpha gameplay.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Either way, it looks great. I think the big teams with 128 players is going to be fun. The grapple hook, all that kind of thing looked fun. I will say there could be traversal problems, especially on multiplayer maps that big, as I've seen in Battlefield games before. I do appreciate that they put in a bunch of fan support. You know, things like people jumping out of the planes and firing snipers and stuff at them, or launching the little mongoose type thing into the helicopter. Great. I have an issue. I haven't. Well, that yeah, whatever. I'm a Halo nerd. Okay.
Halo crossover. Let's go.
You know what? I would. My score would go up if they did that. But okay. Here's my problem. They took out half the content of the game and are selling it to us for full price. They took out the entirety of a single player campaign. Okay? I get it. You know, they want to focus on the multiplayer. Sure. Fine. Sell it for less. Sell it for $40, $50. I don't care at that point. If you've taken out the campaign and are selling it at 2/3, 3/4 of the price, fine. Selling it for full price after you've removed half the content, I'm not okay with. And I'm going to bring it to something that has something later on that I'm sure is going to show up later on this list that did the exact opposite, and I'm much happier about and got a much better score from me. I will say, as another caveat, the score will go up to a 5 or a 6 if there is a single player campaign, but I believe that's confirmed there is not.
Now, for background, everyone, Liam was late to this call. He said he was rating, but I'm almost convinced he's in the same room as Ninja now. Because that tone was way more positive than past conversations, and I feel like there's a weapon to Ninja's head.
There's no weapon to my head. I'm trying not to...
He did rate it a 1, let's face it.
You hear the pauses between his words?
Like pure rage mode. I'm trying to be relatively civilized throughout this, because this kind of practice irritates me to no end.
I feel like you're reading pre-written cards.
It's not. It's really not. This is all off the cuff.
Liam.
I gave this a 7. And I said, ooh, girl, that gameplay, though, that shit was pre-alpha, nice. And contrary to what Justin might say, even though I'm upset that there's not going to be a single-player campaign, because personally speaking, I much prefer single-player campaign stories, because they usually have this rich storytelling to it, especially in the Battlefield series. I can understand games that don't. For example, the hit game Titanfall or Apex Legends, which was sold as a standalone battle royale game, unlike Fortnite, for example, which originally did have a single player campaign but is now commonly associated with, battle royale. So I understand why games would ship, multiplayer only aspects and still sell at full price, like previously mentioned games.
You mentioned Apex Legends and Fortnite, which are both free.
The original game was not.
Apex Legends are both free.
I stand by my points, though. Titanfall 1 was not free. I think you'll
Yes,
find.
and I had the same issue with it because it died after 5 weeks.
No, we actually had a very strong community for a long time, up until Titanfall 2 came along. And then that campaign, and again, sequel was one that first had a single-player campaign, was well received after that. And whilst I understand that there's going to be a lot of bitterness towards the fact that Battlefield is now moving away from single-player aspects to focus solely on the multiplayer aspect, and that you're not really happy with EA as a company overall, I'd still like to point out that at the end of the day, this is just a video game. And at the end of the day, if you don't like it, you don't like it, and that's entirely fine. But there are people who go out of their way to play just the multiplayer experience, and for them, this is a wet dream come true. and there's going to be a campaign told, much like with Titanfall 1, through the multiplayer aspects, which will cover the whole, geo-environmental situation going on, where the environment itself is becoming destructive. And I think that's going to be pretty interesting, and I might even pick it up at that point, because I know I want to play something like that at some point in my future.
Well put.
This is fair. That's fair. You know what? I'll give you credit. That's fair.
And I pulled all that out of my ass.
You have beautiful innards to your ass.
Oh, you know it.
Like Liam, I gave this a 7 as well. I've never played a Battlefield game. This looks very good. Multiplayer wise, obviously, we just talked about. So it does interest me. The lack of a true campaign might be the ultimate reason why I don't get it, but it's still strongly interesting me with everything I saw, including the environmental hazards. And yeah, it's like, the state of the world is decaying, so it's like, here's all this terrible natural disaster weather you're dealing with while you're in combat. I do think that's pretty interesting and pretty cool. However, there's someone who thinks this game is ultimately cool, so let's go to A11.
Okay, so I'm going to say my score, and then I'm going to explain why I gave it to that at the time, and then I would like to say a little bit after that, and then I am happy for Ninja to attack, okay? So, I gave Battlefield 2042 a 10. I am a massive Battlefield fan, particularly like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. I'm not as big a fan of the kind of World War 1/2 games that they put out. So this, to me, I was like, they're going back to the kind of game they absolutely love about Battlefield. I don't care that there's not a single player, because OG Battlefield fans up in here will know that they only introduced campaigns in Battlefield 3, I think it was.
Actually, it would have been Bad Company 1. Which I believe.
Sorry, I'm talking about just the, not the, I know Bad Company technically is a Battlefield, but also kind of a spin-off. But like the main Battlefield franchise, like Battlefield 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only Battlefield 3 did they start campaigns. So Battlefield 1, Battlefield 2 didn't have campaigns. They were purely multiplayer only. So I'm a fan that they've gone back to that.
So what you're saying is A11 are going back to their roots.
Yeah, they're going back to their roots. Yeah, and I think they've recognised that they're not very good at single player. I mean, their Call of Duty single player, brilliant. Battlefield single player, not so good. They're just not as good because they put all their emphasis on the multiplayer, and it kind of feels like the single player's tacked on. So I'm glad they've removed that so they can focus purely on the multiplayer. And I think we can all agree, hopefully, that the multiplayer element does look really, 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 really good. And for that reason, I gave it a 10. I can't wait to play 128 player battles on these maps with all the vehicles and the weather elements coming in, and being able to wingsuit out of a helicopter and do all this crazy stuff, and feel like I'm in a big battle. So that's why I gave it a 10. Since then, I have looked into the game because I was like, I really want this game, and I think my score, in retrospect, would probably go down slightly. I still want the game. I'm still going to get the game. I'm now going to add fuel to Ninja's fire to burn Battlefield to the ground. But everybody brace yourselves. They are doing seasonal content. You have to. Yeah, there is a battle pass system that will be in place. There is a free battle pass, but there is a premium paid battle pass. This is where I now have some issues with the game. If I am paying full price for a multiplayer only game, I would then not expect to have to pay for a battle pass. At least not straight away. Like,
Like
a year down the
two,
line when you're starting adding, if you want to start adding content or something, bring in a battle pass. That's fine by me. But you launch the game and then you're gonna have it seasonal right off the bat and have a premium battle pass.
I would say they should give you the first year of passes like free.
Yeah.
If they still want the pass in there, they should be given to you when you buy the game.
So what you can do, and this is probably what I'm going to do, and I would recommend anybody that wants to get Battlefield to do, is if you get the gold edition, which is like there's the regular edition, the gold edition, and then like the ridiculously stupidly priced ultimate edition or whatever. The gold edition gives you the first year's content, premium content. So it's kind of like, I guess the way they're probably viewing it is you're buying the game and then they're providing you that year of content. So you're basically buying a year's pass.
For those of you in the EU, that price listing is for the standard, it's $59.99. For the gold, it'll be $89.99, and for the ultimate, it's $109.99, respectively.
Yes.
I was going to ask that actually. How much is this costing?
Yeah. So it's. So for me, that would probably drop my score a little bit. I'm still going to get the game because I think it looks great and I love Battlefield, but it maybe wouldn't be a 10 after finding out that information.
Yeah. No. Look. So just to add from my end there, I understand exactly where you're coming from. The first two were absolutely multiplayer only. As far as I remember, they did not sell at full price. I believe they sold at 75% price. If I remember correctly, at least from when I was growing up. This was a long time ago, so...
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't their 75% price have been full price, though?
It could, yeah. It probably was full price at the time.
I don't even know at this point. No, I'm saying it sold for 75% of what was going at the time. At least when I bought 1942 and Battlefield 2 did that. So I played them. I played all of them from the start, A11, so I am actually a fan of the series. I did enjoy the campaigns, though. That's the big thing.
It would have been the first... Sorry to interrupt. It would have been the first 11 Battlefields, or those in the Battlefield series, that did not have campaigns, followed by Bad Company, and then another 2 without campaigns, and then Bad Company 2, and then Battlefield Online.
Battlefield 3 had a campaign as well.
Yeah, but like those, I'm listing the ones that didn't have campaigns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But yeah, it goes back to what I'm saying. Yes, they do the multiplayer great. I can't support those business practices, quite frankly. And something that's coming up later on, I've got some additional information that I actually want to add. So let's get off the Battlefield stabby train and move on, I think.
Yeah, I can only imagine how many times I've looped the trailer at this point.
Wait, there's one more thing about Battle.
Within our group, we are officially past the most point of conflict, I think. Except for maybe you guys hating me on this next one because I made an oopsie. Liam, you don't have a score for this next one.
Which one was it?
I didn't realize that it's... I'll just post it. Number 11 is Hades. With a
that's because it's already been
6.33.
released. And like you guys said, that you weren't going to rate those games. So
yeah, this is for the port to Xbox.
This was a bit of an iffy one.
So if you want me to rate it now off the top of my head, I'll do that.
Well, the problem is it would change its average and then change the rank. So why don't you tell us what you think about it, but do not give it a numerical value, or else everything here falls apart.
Okay. So I really, really like Hades as a game. It is a very fun game to go through. The entire element of it is just... It's something I can play over and over again and not like put too much of my mind to it, you know? Like I can just zone out and play it as I go. Because I was asked not to give a numerical value, I would probably give this an H.
An H out of 10?
Yeah, an H out of 26 to be exact.
Fair enough.
Someone will figure out a formula for how many points an H has, and
it's the 7th letter. It's the 7th letter of the alphabet, gentle. It's not a mystery.
Well, it's not now. I gave it a 5. I like Greek mythology stuff adaptations, but I'm not going to play it. A11.
Swiftly moving on.
You sounded like such an angry child right there. I gave it a 5.
I want chicken nuggies.
I have a half hour of Battlefield trailer to loop at the end of this. I need to move things along.
But at least people will have a rounded view of Battlefield now.
Good God, they'll have seen that trailer more times.
We need to move on so we don't have to see it more. Come on, guys.
Okay, I gave Hades an 8.
We're on the Hades trailer now.
8 from me. I have wanted to play the game since it came out, and Ninja, obviously, you streamed it, and I watched those streams. I thought the game looked really fun, but I couldn't afford to buy it. So the fact that it's coming to Xbox and it is coming to Game Pass, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's coming to Game Pass day one of it being launched on Xbox, means I can play it. So 8 from me.
All right. Ninja.
I gave it a 6 simply because I already own it on PC. So on a sale, sure. But if it's coming to Game Pass, I mean, I'm not fussed at that point.
Yeah, boy.
It's a great game. Everyone should play it. Go and support it. Supergiant makes fantastic games. End of story.
Top 10 time, everyone. You feeling ready?
Okay.
Pumped.
Number 10, Back for Blood.
Didn't we rank this already?
Yeah,
Yes,
we
we
did.
did.
So if you go check out our previous video on this topic, you'll see our rating there, and that explains why I'm missing so many games.
Number 9, another game we've not totally reviewed before, Far Cry 6, with a group score of 6.56.
So if you go back and watch our previous video on the subject, you'll see our scores there.
Also, I just want to add something about Far Cry 6. They gave you a gun that pins people to a wall.
Pin me down.
I'm happy with this.
BDSM people celebrate.
It doesn't pin them in a BDSM way. It pins them as, I'm going to stick a giant piece of wood through your skull.
Yes, please.
That's BDSM. What are you talking about?
Anyway, next one. Number 8.
You guys go to.
Number 8.
American. Number 8, Starfield, with a group score of 6.56.
I'm sorry, we're not moving on from American that quickly, are we?
I am. Ninja?
I don't know if I can move on from American. Okay. I gave Starfield a 4 because they made a really dumb joke, and also there was nothing. It was all cinematic. But they said, oh, it's a field of stars. So, literally a star field. Haha. Yeah, that's it. I got nothing else.
I'll go next. So, I gave it an 8, because I am getting this. I'm treating it as if it's almost like a new entry in the Fallout series, because I expect it mechanically, as everyone has been saying, to be similar to Elder Scrolls and Fallout, just a different setting, story, and all of that. Plus, I love games in space, so the fact that's the environment they're choosing to take the type of game they're making, I know I want this. So yes, it was only a teaser cinematic, but it's enough to put my hype train in full gear. So we're going to go to A11.
Starfield, I gave a 7. I am similar to you, Gentle, but I refuse to give it... I kind of didn't want to give it a 7, but I was like, I have to, because I know I want this game when it comes out, but I refuse to give it more until I see more of it. But I think it's going to be epic, and it's obviously one of the big Xbox / Microsoft exclusives that they're touting with their partnership with Bethesda. So I'm expecting it to be huge.
Liam?
Sorry, I was just trying to make it a joke about the huge, it's in penis. I gave Starfield a 7.25. I'm super fucking curious about this game.
All right. Moving to number 7, with a group score of 6.75, Diablo 2 Resurrected. Do we know? I know they're using the fancy word resurrected to fit the theme better. Is this a remaster or a remake?
Basically, from what
Does
I've
anyone
gathered.
know?
It's a bit of both. They're remastering the old game as well as adding new content and the like.
Yes.
Okay.
The way I'm thinking about it is it's very similar to Ratchet & Clank 2016, except hopefully not as shit.
Liam's been burned by something before. I can feel it. I gave Diablo 2 a 4. I've not played any Diablo games yet, so a remaster, remake isn't pulling me in. If I were a fan, it probably would, but it does. I mean, it looks pretty cool. So, solid 4. Ninja?
Speaking as that fan, I gave Diablo 2 Resurrected an 8 because I just love Diablo. It's mindless and it's fun. And it gives me something else to play with Yanni, which I'm looking very forward to.
Neat.
Also, 8-player co-op. That's a lot. They haven't had more than 4 before, so it's going to be curious to see how that one works.
Liam?
I gave this game a 1 because I just can't support Blizzard's business. No, I'm kidding. I gave it a 5. It's not my cup of tea, but it's still a good game. Like
A11, why should everyone love this game?
I gave this a 10. Diablo is like a phenomenal series. Diablo 2 is actually the first Diablo I ever played on PC, like old PC. So I can't wait to play this game. Kim does not play games, but one game that she will play for hours is Diablo 3. So I know for sure that she will do the same with Diablo 2. So much like Ninja, I've got somebody I can just sit down on the sofa with and play Diablo 2 for hours. I can't wait. Yes, please.
Yep,
Thank you.
A11 and I are in similar boxes
10
for this one.
Good. I like to hear it. Who's ready for number 6? Number 6 is The Outer Worlds 2 with a group score of 7.13. So we've crossed the 7 mark without even being in top 5 yet.
That's actually impressive.
Again, this conference I think made us overall happy as a unit. I gave this a 6. I didn't get Outer Worlds 1. I don't think I'd get Outer Worlds 2. But damn, they are so close to stuff I like. So close that...
Gentle, it's in space.
Gentle.
Yeah.
Do you know
it's Fallout in space.
Do you know how you can play Outer Worlds 1?
How?
On Game Pass.
I believe it's on Game Pass.
Yeah, it is. It's free on Game Pass for install. I like how Gentle was like, I'm giving Starfield a really high score because it's Fallout in space. I don't know about this one.
Literally is that.
It is exactly that.
It was made by Obsidian, the guys who made Vegas, which is like one of the best Fallout games.
My first Fallout was 4, though. I never played Vegas.
Oh, well, we have to educate you, you swine.
But yeah, I gave this a 6. I'm happy to hear that Obsidian is making a sequel for everyone who does like this. Ninja.
I also gave this a 6. I played The Outer Worlds. It was fine. You know, I played New Vegas to death. It's very much similar to that. My only issue with this is, again, pre-rendered trailer. I did like the fact that it was an anti-trailer trailer. I thought that was quite funny and very much in the spirit of the game. But if it comes out on a sale, or maybe on Game Pass, I'll pick that up.
That trailer was very meta and honest about the fact that, like, we haven't finished this yet. It's like, you know what? You guys have the right head on your shoulders. I like you.
We were told we need to bring something to E3. So here we are.
Yeah, pretty much. That was exactly it.
Where am I? A11.
I gave The Outer Worlds 2 a 9 for the trailer alone. I thought the trailer was hilarious. And I was like, do you know what? The fact that you may not even have shown your own game in this trailer, I respect it. It's a 9. Outer Worlds, the first one, is a great game. Free on Game Pass. The Outer Worlds 2, even if it's exactly the same game, like just with new destinations, I'm there. And also, Ninja, I can confirm that The Outer Worlds 2 is coming to Game Pass day 1.
Hot damn! Kendall, you have no excuse now.
Yeah,
Microsoft, I'll take my salary after the video. Thank you. Cheers.
I need Game Pass to add like what Netflix was when it started, where they like mail me the physical edition.
What is wrong with you?
I want the case. I want the disc. And in a lot of circumstances now, because people don't buy them that way, I get a lot of cool like free posters and little trinkets inside these cases now. So it's been really fun.
I just really loved how A11 tried to quickly go past. Yeah, the Outer Worlds 1, which is free on Game Pass. I lost my shit to that. Anyway, I gave this a 7.5. And I gave that score based purely off how much I really enjoyed the predecessor. So I think I'm going to enjoy this one a lot too. So that score is going to go up upon release, in my estimation. The trailer itself, fucking brilliant. It was the perfect mix of a piss take and serious content, sort of ideas to give out to us, and I really respect that. I also really respect how they basically went like, we have absolutely nothing but a trailer. And I was like, yeah. Fucking brilliant.
Well, and to speak on that trailer, it reached beyond that game. Like, after you watch that trailer, like, you actually watch other trailers a bit differently if you've never thought about it that way before.
Like you sort of start treating other trailers a lot more critically, because when you get exposed to something that's the perfect mix of both comedy and also like what it's meant to fucking do, which is advertise the product, and assuming the comedy is warranted, of course, you suddenly find yourself looking at other trailers and being like, I don't know, is this trailer really doing much for the game? Like, the other guys don't even have a fucking like proper development cycle right now. They're just doing storyboard stuff, and they spouted off some great shit. Like, what the fuck is this? These guys are doing a music video. What?
Yeah.
Weezer. Anyway, that was my score.
Top 5 time, everybody. Top 5. Number 5, 7.13 group score. Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl.
Not gonna lie, I found that really hard to read for a second because the 5 and the S just threw me.
I understand.
For Stalker,
and I wanted to put the title in correctly. I could have left out the periods, though, for our chat, but I was like, I want it to be accurate. Anyway, I gave this a 6. I have a coworker who relentlessly tells me to go play Stalker all the time, and now that's only going to get worse since this exists.
But you don't need to share our private chats.
So, it looks interesting. A bit. There's some horror in this for sure, absolute horror. Which might be what keeps me away, but I'll be very interested to see other people do this. Ninja.
So, I'm a massive Stalker fan. I have been since the first game, Shadow of Chernobyl. I've given this a 9. I want this badly. I've been wanting this since they said it was coming. Basically, for me, Stalker was one of those series that made me more interested in more open world games. Yes, there are some distinct survival horror vibes, but you have a gun, so you can defend yourself. So... And what particularly good I enjoy the most are the anomalies. You know, you saw in the trailer, there's a guy throwing bolts, like literal like metal bolts, around, and then one of them gets sucked into the anomaly. And that's where you find your artifacts. And they give you some insane power-ups, but can also give you radiation sickness and the like. So, honestly, I love it. It was first-person Fallout before first-person Fallout was a thing.
A11.
Stalker 2 gave a 6. I thought the game looked really cool, and then they showed the horror element. It started out as like this first-person shooter kind of game, and I was like, yes, this looks great. I'm gonna get this on day one. And then it went horror vibe, because I have not. I'm gonna hold my hands up. I'd not heard of Stalker before this. Probably because it's horror, and that's why. And then they showed the horror stuff, and I was like, oh no. So that made my score drop to 6. But the reason it stayed a 6 is because, ladies and gentlemen, it's coming to Game Pass on day 1. So I might pick it up and play it.
Well, gentle,
if it's not too horror.
Do we know it's Game Pass PC day 1 or just Game Pass console day 1?
I don't know. I thought it was potentially like a next gen game.
Also, A11, you not knowing the original is probably pretty common. It came out in 2007.
Hang on, I'm just going to pull up the... Let me just pull up the page quick.
Shadow of Chernobyl was out long before
Stalker
2007.
2. Stalker 2 is going to be an Xbox Series X/S next-gen console debut. So it's only coming to X/S at the moment.
It was 2007, Gentle. I apologize.
That's okay. Definitely check me. I don't always get it right. And yeah, A11 with all the environment stuff, especially the lightning part, I can remember. I'm sure the older consoles might struggle a bit.
Yeah, so apparently it's 4K ray traced, blah blah blah. So I'm guessing they're launching it as like a look what the next gen can do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Liam, how'd you feel?
In regards to Stalker 2 Harp Chernobyl, I gave that a 7.5, and I said it really reminds me of Metro 2032. I'm into it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Number 4, Party Animals, with a group score of 7.31. I feel like this is something we're all going to play together at some point.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, which is why I gave it a 6. Because I know I'm going to get it, maybe only play it once or twice with you guys, but I know I'm going to get it. I'm going to have no fight about this one. I would love to play this with people. And Ninja.
I also gave it a 6 for the exact same reason, and also made a note that it looked like furry gang beasts.
Exactly that, yes. Liam.
I said that furries are going to have a field day, and I gave it a 7.25.
Okay, Furry Wolf.
Party Animals got a 10 from me. I watched some YouTubers playing it, I mean like last year, because it's been out on Steam for a while now, and it's on my wish list on Steam. So I have wanted it for a while. I think it's a perfect game for us to play together on stream. It's like a kind of battle royale type last man standing, but you play as extreme ragdoll animals. And more excitingly, ladies and gentlemen, it's coming to Game Pass day 1.
Are you telling me a game's coming to Game Pass? What does that mean, A11? Does it mean it's going to be on...
So when a game is going to be released and coming to Game Pass day 1, it means that you can download it for free. So Gentle, if you wanted to get that game and not pay for it, all you need to do is pay for Game Pass.
Hold on. And just to add one more little bit, if you do own Game Pass, you can buy the games at a discount.
Power of furries to get them to go for Game Pass.
They're a very strong group of people, I'll have you know.
They really are.
Both in their persuasion and their brute strength. Number 3.
You say it's like they could be animals in that case?
We could go on forever, but what we're going to go on to now is number 3. Age of Empires 4, with a group score of 7.44. I will go first. I gave it a 7. This really pulls at my my love of RTS and tactical strategy and stuff. It looks good. So yeah, a very strong, maybe one day I get this. Ninja?
I too gave this a 7. It's going back to the roots of my gaming experience with Age of Empires Gold. So for me, I'm looking very forward to this.
A11?
Yeah, no, that's it.
A11?
Age of Empires 4 got an 8 from me. Love the Age of Empires franchise. Fond memories of playing it as a teenager. And fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, it's coming to Game Pass on PC day 1. So if you get Game Pass Ultimate for a UK Game Pass for Xbox, Game Pass for PC, and Xbox Live game on Game Pass, whether it be on Xbox or PC, you can download and play for free.
Liam?
Shit. I gave this game a 7.75, and my eloquent review reads, "Fuck yes!" Because I really like Age of Empires. I really like RTS games in general. Age of Empires, Command and Conquer, specifically the Red Alert series and Command and Conquer, have a strong place in my heart. And so the second I saw the trailer, I knew deep down I was going to want to get this game. And so it's a very likely chance I'll buy it for myself at some point.
Well, Liam, did you know you can get it for €12.99 on Game Pass Ultimate.
Wait, are you telling me that if I'm on Ultimate Game Pass, which last I checked, Justin, I am?
Sign up for Game Pass Ultimate, which gives you games across the Xbox.
Number 2. This poor game has gotten silver medal twice. The Among Us update, with a group score of 8.00.
You can check our review.
What I would recommend is you check our previous review of these.
Xbox Game Pass, but also on A.
All right, we ready for number 1?
I wonder what's number 1, guys.
I wonder what it could be.
I also want to, just before we reveal number 1, I do have another one that I've added in here because I thought we were going to review it, but I want to read the review after the number 1.
Of course. This feels like Summer Game Fest all over again.
Yep.
Especially with Among Us at number 2. Number 1, Halo Infinite, 8.19 group score.
Shock.
Liam.
Halo Infinite. I gave this game a 7.75, and now this isn't a bit. I have a very lengthy review here, so I'm going to read it relatively quickly, but also while maintaining the flow. I've been waiting for some good fucking trailers and previews since it was first announced. As one of the few people who actually looked forward to this since the day the world met Craig the Brute, this has only made me more excited. I even went out of my way to doubt Jesus Christ himself, Moist Critical, who claimed the game would never be released, and I fucking believed with my full gooch. I felt it in the heart of the cards. My fate was concrete. I can't wait to play it, enjoy it, and then hate it after a little bit for perceived slights and unbridled anger. That's the review. 7.75.
A11.
I don't know how you following up with that.
Mine is not as impressive as that. I gave Halo Infinite an 8. The reason I gave it an 8 was because they showed the multiplayer. The multiplayer looks like OG Halo multiplayer, which is a fantastic thing. It's going to be free to play, which is a great move. It is going down the Apex, Call of Duty, those kind of things, and I guess technically Battlefield, where there is a game pass, a battle pass. Although it is coming to Game Pass day one. There's a battle pass, probably a free track and a paid track. So that's how they're kind of doing the multiplayer. The great thing that they mentioned about the multiplayer battle pass is in other games, once the season ends, the battle pass disappears, and if you didn't get to complete it, unlucky. They have said that their battle passes will never disappear. So when a season ends, you can either choose to, in the next season, continue with your old battle pass and finish it, or start on the new one. So for those that who maybe for whatever reason can't finish a battle pass in one season, will have an opportunity to complete it and get everything. So I think that's a very clever move on their part, and I really like that. I am disappointed that they only showed a very brief, hey, this is a little sneak peek of what the game's going to look like in single player. It's our most ambitious one yet. I was like, yeah, are we going to... No, okay, cool, yeah, we're not going to actually see any. And I feel like they were scared to do that after the last...
Well, Craig.
Yeah, after the last debacle of showing the game single player. So...
We got rid of Master Chief because we didn't think he was the main character. Here's Agent Locke.
Yeah. So that, I mean, I would love to have given this game a 10 because I love Halo, and you know, if I was just doing it on the multiplayer, I probably would have just given it a 10. But the fact that they reminded us that there is single player but didn't really show us anything means I left disappointed on that. So I mean, I say disappointed, I still gave it an 8, but yeah.
I also gave it an 8. Very, very similar thoughts to A11, and I think Liam too. The whole battle pass saving thing, like you could pilot multiple battle passes you didn't finish and just choose where the XP pours into. Fantastic idea. It's a weird dark fear of mine, like in Destiny, where if it's like, if I ever have a serious injury and I'm in the hospital, unconscious for 3 weeks, wake back up and realize the season ended and I didn't finish a pass or something, I'd be upset. And it's like, this resolves that. The multiplayer looks fantastic. That it looks like the fun I remember having, plus more and updated, because I'm sure when I look at the older ones before the collection where they updated graphics on them all, I'd be like, oh, like this is a huge step up. I, again, agree. I wish we saw more of the campaign, but I also agree. I think even if they did make graphical updates to the enemy aliens, if they didn't feel they were done doing that, they probably didn't want to be ripped into again about how they look. So they're like, let's just not show it yet. Yep. We're still touching it up. Or they finish touching it up and they're just like, we just don't want to show it. Just let the game come out. But yeah, solid 8. This is for sure a buy from me. Not necessarily a day one buy, but 100% I'll be getting Halo Infinite and playing it.
Maybe on Game Pass.
Just a real quick aside, by the way, the whole thing about being able to go back and get things from the previous Battle Pass, that is another thing that they're actually carrying over, believe it or not, from the MCC. The Master Chief Collection for those. Yeah. And basically, they have that implemented already in that game, and so I believe they're bringing in a more refined version of it for the actual Infinite.
Amazing.
I had no idea they put a pass system in the MCC.
Hey.
They did. It's for all the armor unlocks for all the other games.
Oh.
And also, it gives you customized skins for your warthogs, weapons, and other vehicles. Don't know why I specified warthogs, but you know what? It looks more like a puma anyway.
Because they're the most important.
Anyway.
It does look more like a puma, doesn't it?
Yeah. Hey, what's that chupa thingy? Anyway, just in your
turn. Okay, I gave Halo Infinite a 9. I actually find myself very much in agreement with everyone here. I think we're all a little bit disappointed they didn't show more of the campaign, but again, I can understand why. I love that the multiplayer is free to play. The Battle Pass system that they're doing is phenomenal. And I think this one I think getting the announcements we got for Halo just doubled down everything I felt about Battlefield, to be honest. So, yeah, looking very forward to it. Very happy about it.
Oh, I can't remember if I told you guys this, but since we're wrapping up now because we finished this list, did I ever tell you I got Steve Downes, the voice actor of the Master Chief, to record a video for my brother?
Cameo?
Yeah, it was on Cameo.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's really cool because he starts off and he's like, Steven, because that's my brother's name. This is Steve Downes. I'm like, hey. Also, the bit I wanted to do earlier was you guys didn't review Doom Eternal Port, which is understandable because the game's already obviously out. But the reason why I want to do this is because I wrote Doom Eternal Port, and then in the review I wrote Starboard, lol.
Yeah.
Any other final comments from anybody?
Go and get Game Pass.
Yeah, Game Pass.
Don't be a gentle. Get Game Pass.
I want that strap line. That needs to be at the end of the video.
It's Steve Downes,
yep.
the voice of Master Chief, Sierra 117.
Just wanted to play that real quick for you. Well, anyway, moving on.